Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to We Give a Fox, where it's all about you and your opinion. I'm Sonam Chhabra, your host, and with me I have my Foxy partner.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kedia, and we are really delighted to have you on our show today. So, what we're going to talk about today is rather a little special. Sonam, would you like to tell us a little more about today's episode?
We have two very interesting millennials out here to talk about online dating, their personal experiences and opinions, because this is about you and your opinions, right? We have Shantanu Jain, a dear friend, a hopeless romantic, a huge foodie, a content creator, writer, actor, dons many hats. Thank you so much, Shantanu. Drum rolls. Welcome. Well, we also have here with us Nandita Mahadevia. Nandita, who happens to be a sangria enthusiast, a marketer, ex-Nika, currently with Z, and a lady of many, many talents. Thank you so much, Nandita, for joining us at We Give a Fox.
So, today's episode is going to be all about online dating. It's going to be about swiping left and swiping right, but not just on one application, not just on two, but it is about everything to do with the online dating scene. So, are we talking about marriage here? Are we talking about dating here? What is it that's something that's actually concerning us? Is it just going to be what we feel? Is it just going to be what we think? Or is it going to be something really important? Let our guests unveil what they have to say, and we'll give it to you, Shantanu. Please start by telling us what is your take on the whole online dating situation, and how do you feel so public about it, or do you want to keep it private?
Even I wouldn't have a problem, I was actually about to do like a branded campaign for one of the brands that I found my partner on Tinder. But I am actually very open to, declaring it to the public, because let's face it, it's as Nandita said, it's 2020 and there is so much clutter out there. If you're not going to find someone, just magically कोई आसमान से तुम्हारे घर पे घंटी बजाने नहीं आएगा, वो घर पे तुम्हारे दूध वाला ही आएगा इस तरीके से. So in order to find somebody else, you need to be, यार, where else will you find love? तुमको चाहिए भी लव, तुम्हें डिक्लेरेशन भी नहीं देना है कि तुम्हें कहाँ मिला लव. तो दिस काइंड ऑफ लाइफ डजंट वर्क इन 2020. You have to, I'm very open there. I will be happy to tell somebody, it will be like a great love story for the digital age. I found my love on one of these dating apps. At least give hope to like the next generation. Probably my niece can learn a lot.
So I had something to add, which is quite interesting. So I met someone recently. I mean, I haven't met the person, but like virtually, I met this person on an online dating platform, and she told her parents about me. Very surprisingly, I said, I'm not the guy you should be taking to meet your parents. Like, I'm not that right good boy person. It's not the best idea. And then she told me one day that she's spoken to her sister about me and how she's read my book, etc. Cut to the part where she was supposed to come home and just visit with like food and like drink with us, because like lockdown's coming to an end and then we're getting out of it. Like, we're just getting over it. So that's when I told her, as a personal mental stigma, that hey, we can't tell my parents that we met on an online dating application, not because of my mentality but because of my parents. हमारे माँ बाप क्या कहेंगे? Because my parents might just freak out thinking that I'm on online dating applications and I'm meeting women online who might be psychopaths, who might just end up coming and killing me, because you never know anybody at all. So which is one reason I had given.
My mother actually sits and swipes on Hinge with me.
तुझे सब है पता है ना माँ.
Are you
Auntie, you're the
kidding me,
coolest
Nandita?
person.
That's the coolest
Auntie,
thing.
you're the coolest person.
Because, I like very sort of rugged, dusky, very very alpha, rugged looking men. She's into chocolate boys. It's very weird to discuss this. She see like, acha, but what is he? Then when is he born? And she'll actually sit and swipe right with me. So I think I just live with a very, very cool mom that she just like, she doesn't care. She's just waiting to like give me off to someone from Hinge or Bumble.
I mean, that's quite cool. Sonam, what do you have to say about this? I mean, this is a personal perspective to the whole idea. It's what I feel would have come from a family.
It's not about my parents, honestly. For me, I am mentally not open to the idea of meeting my prospective, whatever, spouse or partner or match.
Soulmate. Let's call it soulmate.
I think let's call it soulmate. My prospective partner, spouse, match, soulmate, soul flame, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, on a dating app. it just sounds shallow to me, and I'm mentally not okay with it. So I'm a millennial, and I'm out there everywhere on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, this, that, YouTube. I do everything, but this is one thing where I don't know. There's a slight mental block I have, but we give a Fox is not about me. It's about the two of y'all, our guests who are here today. So, guys, I want
I'll
to
tell
ask you
you.
a question.
I'll tell you something interesting to. I have something interesting to add on this. So, Harsh, I
Please.
believe you're living with your family, right? So I'll tell you. With me, I left my house when I was like 18, 19, like very early. And if you've been away with your family for like so long, then there is, trust me, there is nothing that you can do that will shock them anymore. Because so I come from a very small town, huh? Like Allahabad, and it's like a very small town, and I have roots in Lucknow and everywhere else. So in Allahabad also, if you are seen with a girl, then that means that you're practically married to that girl, and that girl is going to be for the rest of your life. So even when I'm going out with my friends right now, each Instagram story that I put up, or somebody tags me into an Instagram story, and it becomes like that I am practically living with this girl. She's had my babies, and I am this avara, lecherous guy who's living this life of, being a Casanova, sleeping around with 1,000 women in like one particular month. And my parents have seen all of that. My parents are like, now, earlier they used to question me a lot, but now they're just like, they are very convinced of the fact that now I've become this person. So there is no going back for me, which is why this fact that I will find my soulmate or my wife probably on a dating app they'll actually be very happy कि इसको at least एक wife तो मिली, because right now तो ये loafer की तरह, हर दिन कुछ नया कर रहा है. He's doing something else every single day. So that is not going to shock.
Chandru, तेरी मेरी तो 4 बार शादी हो चुकी होगी फिर, because the kind of Instagram stories that we all put out, it's not even funny.
So I'll tell you about this one case that really happened. So my maid, she's like very close to my mom, because whenever she comes, so my mom practically spies on my life through my maid. So I remember there was this time when I woke up and I was like, my maid had already come. I was like, Didi chai bana do vagera. And I noticed she's speaking to somebody else, and like she's bitching about somebody left, right, and center. And when she said कि अरे भाभी जी वो दीदी आई थी, दीदी ने तो शर्ट भी नहीं पहनी थी, दीदी ने ये भी नहीं किया था, and I was like, who are you talking to? Who are you spying about to? And then I picked up the phone and realized it was my own mother. I said, dude, what is this happening? So my mother, she went on my Instagram and she scouted through the photos of all the girls that I had put up photos with. And then she sent it to my maid to check कि इसमें से कौन है? You tell me. So there is this entire theory that happened, and it freaked me out to like no level.
So I have something around here. So like you said, like living away from family. So I was like the runaway kid. So at 17, I decided that I need to get out of my house. Got a scholarship for undergrad, which I lost by second year. And I went to symbiosis to study. So not very far away, but still it's over like 150 kilometers. So whenever your parents are about to come, you have iPhone tracker, you'll track them and you'll leave for somewhere else. So my parents had literally met me once when I was in college in Pune. So very correctly said, the maid or the house help as the spy. So my parents would send my help to Pune to clean my house up, to like do my cupboard and like, make things better, get ration pani for me. Their actual job was to find cigarette butts, alcohol bottles, and this and that. In around, take pictures and send it to my parents. In the first few times, I didn't realize. A little later, I started realizing that it's a pattern. They were like, भैया के साथ में ये लड़की आया था, ये लड़की आया था. और भैया मिलता कहाँ पर ये सब लड़की को? So even back then when I was using dating apps and we used to hang at my house, we used to go out, I had one simple definition. ये तो college में थी साथ में. But now, since I live with my family, if I say कि हाँ ये college friend है, it's questionable because now I've been like away for like 7 years. And my parents would be like, I have to have heard of this person at least once or seen them in one of your pictures to believe that this person's from like a college story. So anyway, that's that. Sonam, please.
I am thoroughly enjoying this conversation. Shantanu and Harsh clearly have the most interesting, entertaining families in the world. And Nandita clearly has the coolest mom. So guys, my next question here is that what is the difference between the digital and the real thing? I mean, without the the smell, or how somebody smells, or how their breath smells, or how supposingly you assume them to be of a certain height, they didn't turn out like that, or of a certain complexion, not wanting to be or trying to be racist here, but of whatever certain complexion, or the way their breath smells, or the way they kind of taste, whatever. So what is the difference? Is there a lag between the digital and the real thing?
I trust the fact that I take people at face value, because I think that's all you can really do. You take people at face value. You trust the fact that this is nobody's first date. You trust the fact that everyone has social etiquettes, good grooming, um, a, a, a regular normal sense of style, if not something out of the ordinary, and of course good manners. And I think you go with an open mindset and a blank slate, because that's pretty much the only way to do it. For example, someone could be maybe physically not as fit, or maybe not as whatever you expected them to be, but you could just really, really hit it off. And I think that there are some things in life that are reversible and some things that are not. So if someone has a personality that stinks, you're doomed. But if someone is maybe a little bit kind of overweight, or maybe not as stylishly dressed as you envision, those things can be changed. Those things can be worked on with love, with patience, with some gentleness. But you can't work on a personality. You can't work on incompatibility. You can't work on brashness, rudeness, harshness. So I think you really got to pick your battles in that sense. You really got to pick what works and what doesn't. Like, you have to really think about what you value and then take it from there.
Nandita, that's brilliant, and clearly my question was extremely shallow for you, but I would still pass this on to Shantanu and love to know his views.
See, honestly, to be really honest, there will be obviously like a distinction, because so I'm into slightly elder women, and whatever I've seen from online dating apps is that most people pretend to put, like, not pretend, but like they'll genuinely put their best photos, which may or may not be the most recent photo, right? So in my case, it'll probably like be a photo of their 20s or like something, because I'm like almost 28 right now. So I'll see photos of, that when they are like in their early 20s, and when I'll go and meet, the girl in real life, she's obviously going to be like a little elder than that, and it's not going to be the same physicality, obviously. But that is completely acceptable to me. What's not acceptable, as Nandita said, is the fact that everybody tries to be their best when they're on a dating app. Nobody will tell you, what are the hidden skeletons in their closet. Nobody is going to talk to you. वो कोई भी नहीं बताएगा. That is only going to come out when you're going to meet that person in real life. That is thankfully one of the best things about when you're meeting someone organically, because you know them, you take them at face value, which online dating app will obviously not going to give you, because that lag is obviously going to be there. Another interesting thing is that you need to keep in mind that there is a lot of naivety when you're meeting someone on ground, right? But when you're on a dating app, you've already made up your expectations about that person in your mind. And it's a human tendency. You will stalk their social media, you will create a perception about the person without, having physically met them at once. It's a very normal thing to do. So which is why online dating experience is slightly going to sting, because a lot of the times, like me being a hopeless romantic, I will already have thought of what my love story is going to be even before I've met the other person. And that is where most of my disappointments in relationships come from. कि क्या सोचा था, तुम क्या निकली, क्या हो गया मेरे साथ, and then I'll read some sad poetry and then I'll sleep. So that's possibly like the main difference between online and offline dating, for that matter.
So I have a little question, if I may. I get the whole idea that, when you meet someone, there's so much of personal touch and there's so much taste and there's so much happening. What are the 3 things that you would look at in someone's profile and it's just the right one? Like swipe right, or like accepting, and like, I match this person. Like, what are the 3 things? Boys, you need to take notes, because Nandita is going to tell us, and of course Sonam will. And girls, Shantanu, and other guys also, if you want to listen to Shantanu's notes, because it's always going to be credible to have these things on your profile.
So Harsh, I honestly think that one of the first things a girl looks for is genuinity. We always look for a guy that's not trying too hard, that's very comfortable in his own skin and self-secure. So don't try and sound like the man, because you don't really have to be that. You just have to be good enough to be my man, and that's what's important. So be honest, be genuine, and a little bit of cheekiness, some sense of humor, some sense of wit, maybe showing some sense of adventure is another good thing. And for me, of course, I think focus. If I see that he's focused in his career, he's doing something with his life. For me, these are the top three things, and then of course, all physicality is just subjective, and but yeah, these are the three things that matter to me.
I don't know. I'm not good at this game, honestly. I'm extremely old school, and I love meeting friends of friends or whatever. But I do stalk a lot of people online, on social media, on social apps at least. So the first thing that I look for in a guy, to kind of hit it off, is honesty. I don't like people pretending to be somebody else. So I come from Delhi, so you know where I'm coming from. So I like people being who they really are, because I think social media is a space people kind of pretend too much. It's too much pressure and too much of validation there. So if somebody's being their real self, I love people who write, I love Kadi Chawal and Rajma Chawal. It can be as basic as that. So you don't have to tell me that you're XYZ award winner, or you are so successful, and that I'll eventually find out. Those are things that are obvious. But the first things are the other basic things. If you get the basics right, I mean, everything else falls into place. Anyway, Shantanu and Harsh, we'd love to know from you guys.
Well, honestly, for me, it's the first thing that I check out is the bio. And it has to be like a real bio. It has to be an authentic one, because I've seen a lot of these profiles where girls will write like their names in like with those weird, special symbols like unbearably hell diva. You should not be putting your name in special characters. Also, the word sapiosexual needs to be in like the Guinness dictionary for being the most abused word in terms of dating apps, because nobody knows what sapiosexual means. Nobody has a fucking clue, but they'll all use it on their dating profiles just because it's a cool thing to use. Third thing is, again, I don't want to know if you entered into a beauty contest and you came like a runner-up. I don't want to know that. It will not affect my judgment of you. Obviously, because we all know, yeah, we know of these 500 these photo editing apps where I can also use to enhance my photos and everything else. So if you have like a simple क्लियर फोटो दैट विल वर्क. तुम्हें ये करने की जरूरत नहीं कि अपने बाल को एकदम आगे रख करके सिर्फ अपनी आंखों से कुछ कुछ करने की जरूरत है फॉर दैट फ्रंट फोटो. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. I need one clear photo. That's all that we need. That's it. I don't want you to pose like a blogger. Yeah, like how Sonam is trying to do right now. Please, girls, don't do it. These dating apps are supposed to I know that a lot of men make fools out of themselves on these dating apps. But that's not expected from girls. Girls are expected to be a little more mature on this dating.
Sir, you, my friend, are being extremely sexist here. I'm sorry, my friend Shantanu, but men are also supposed to be as full of etiquette, as full of like chivalry, as full of like glamour and glow, and look their best and sound their best. To continue what you were earlier speaking about, the most abused word called sapiosexual, these are the people that jack off to Wikipedia or the speeches of Shashi Tharoor. Like, these are the people who do not understand how things work. They'll just be like, oh my God, Atmanirbhar, oh my God, this, that, and that's what turns them on, apparently. So these are the worst kind of people, like Shantanu said, but also men, please take note. It's not that only women are supposed to have their profiles upgraded and updated. If you write gym goer or 420 or stuff like I love my drive. What is it? Delhi mein kya bolte?
I am Rocky. I am Rocky. My car is my baby. Something like that.
And
it's horrible. You guys don't do that.
Do not rap. Please don't
and
rap
guys,
on your bio.
And guys, please don't have a picture like this. It's okay.
Like this. This gym selfies are a big no. Like, please. And I mean, Nandita, do you agree?
I agree. I completely agree. I mean, I just think that, again, just keep it simple. You don't really have to, we're not really kind of, I don't know, I hate to say this, but, please don't have small penis syndrome on dating apps, relax, take it easy, chill out. I mean,
Guys,
Also,
the
people,
winner of the coffee hamper um on
She's won
We
it.
Give a Fox is Nandita
She got it.
Mahadevia for the small
Yeah.
penis syndrome. Though we are
did
extremely
you,
poor, all we can give you is hugs. But we'd like to believe that you're as cool as Karan Johar and give you like the coffee hamper today. You
Sonam,
deserve it, girl.
did you say winner or small wiener? Like, I didn't hear that
No.
correctly because Nandita was talking. Because I think I am winning that prize right now. Life is shit. Coming back, if your name is Dipti or Dipanjali and you have a picture of Emma Watson on your Tinder, or if your name is Raj and you've put like a picture of Daniel Radcliffe, I'm sorry, gentlemen, it is not going to work. Like, people are not blind to swipe on you thinking you're Salman Khan's like pseudo like twin, or like you look like Emma Watson suddenly, and that's why you should be swiped to. So, Daddy's Little Princess, My Favorite Girl, and typing LYKDIS is also a big no. So, be honest, be simple is what I have to say, adding to what Sonam said. And with Shantanu, I'm sorry, bro. We're gonna talk about this. And Anita very rightly put up, you gotta do what you gotta do. Be yourself, because if you can't be yourself, how will you love someone else?
Oh my god, what an episode this has been, guys. We've had so much fun with the two of you all. Me and Harsh, this is got to be our favorite episode because it was so candid and so real and so honest, and I loved how forthcoming the two of you all were. You all were bang on. I think genuinity and honesty always works and is for the win, guys. Please remember not to put those selfies. Girls, please don't name yourselves Angel, Priya, and Daddy's Little Princess. And like Harsh mentioned, don't put up Emma Watson's profile pictures. The more real you are, more authentic self of yourself you are, the better it works. I feel out there, dating or no dating. So yeah, dating app is like a double-edged sword, and I think it could go either way. Depends on how you kind of use it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching us. We've had great fun with Nandita Mahadevia and Shantanu Jain. And I'd request my Foxy partner, Harsh Kedia, to please sum up because he is the king of online dating and not me.
One last thing that I'd like to add is that if at all you do makeup, it's fine. We don't want to see you with makeup, because if you can't be your authentic self, it's pointless. So, summing up everything together, yes, this is my own. Boys can do makeup, people can do whatever they want. So, be yourself, be authentic, love yourself the way you are. The whole lockdown is coming to an end, but we would also like to leave you with a little precautionary note. Things are not the best in our country right now. Please do not go and start exploring and being on adventures of real dating as yet. Wait for the curve to flatten up. Let's become better citizens. Let the hormones calm down. A few more months and we'll all be fine again. Until then, thank you so much, Shantanu and Nandita. Keep swiping and keep signing up. Please subscribe with us at We Give a Fox. Thank you, guys.